like the hygiene is just like a whole 180, totally different. Like how do you I can't say like fix that, but like will men change their hygiene habits for someone else? Or like how do you politely with love tell someone to like improve,
Phil,
like after like multiple just like nicely saying like, hey, can you like do this, or like if I do it for them, I feel like I've learned that like I enable them to continue on with the habit of like not being clean. But like
let me ask you this.
how do you
So how long did you date this person? Um, you just get and you said marriage, right? You married this person. Like how long did you date him before you got married?
I'm not going to say if I married this person or not. I don't want to
Oh,
call
oh, oh,
anybody out.
oh, oh, okay.
Let's just let's just use like another
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
example, like okay, I did date this person for like 6 months. All
Okay.
right, and then we got into like a committed relationship or whatever,
Yeah.
and then 3 months later it was just like a totally different person. But like let's just like use hygiene as like one of it. Like how do you, like after months of like showing them that you're willing to help them like be clean again and all of that, but they're not, like how do you address that? And like if a person's not willing to change that, does that mean anything?
Yeah, I mean, if it's,
Like
I
does
mean, it's
that mean
hygiene.
they love
Hygiene.
you? Like
Hygiene is basic. I mean, hygiene is basic. Basic. It's a basic necessity in life, right? Be clean. I mean, I don't
To
think. I
take
mean,
care
I
of
don't.
you,
Yeah,
if you
I don't
can't take
think
care
that.
of yourself, how do you
Yeah,
expect me
I don't
to
think.
take care of me?
I don't think there's like a magic formula. I think it's just be open and be direct. Be open and be direct with them, and then
I feel like whenever they don't take care of themselves, it's just because they don't love themselves.
yeah. I mean, it's hygiene, right? And then if they're not willing to change, then just leave. Right,
Just leave.
right. Just leave. There's a lot of men out there that have good hygiene. Right. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, who? I mean, I mean, it's common sense, right? Like, if they're not taking their hygiene, and you brought it up, maybe just having a bad day, they forgot to shower. That's one thing, but if they're constantly not, that's a constant behavior, repetitive behavior, and it's causing you issues. It's getting to the point where it's causing issues in the relationship. It's common sense. Like, yo, take a shower, my man.
My man. I mean, you need to have like confidence, like trust on the relationship. So to say that, I guess
I mean, for me,
that's
go
why
ahead.
it wouldn't matter.
I mean, so with my experience on that, my ex-husband and I would be in the barracks with him, okay? Like they snuck me into the barracks and everything. And like I lived there for like a month, okay? And that whole entire month, so every single week they would have inspections, and I would, I'd clean for them. Every single day I'd clean for him and his roommate. His roommate was also my friend. He's actually the one that got he and I together. And every single day I'd clean up after him. And just when he would come back to the room after work, like it would just look like a complete thing again. So like I stopped cleaning, and he would ask me, am I okay? I'm okay, but it's like all of my work to keep your room clean. It's like you don't care. It's like you really don't care about the work that I put in to help you clean and to keep it clean. And at first he acknowledged it, and he said that he would do better, which he did, until we got our own home. Once we got our own home and I was a stay-at-home mom, like this was after our first son was born, I went into this really deep postpartum depression to where like I didn't want to do anything. Okay. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to touch anything. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do anything. And so he went ahead and complained saying, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're a stay-at-home mom, and you're not doing X, Y, and Z. I said, okay, so since you want to go ahead and complain, let me go ahead and get a job. I went ahead and got a job, and it still didn't do anything. To the point where 6.5 years later, I found out that it wasn't me. It wasn't me that was just dirty. Because all this time, I thought it was me. I thought it was me not cleaning. I thought it was me just not giving a crap anymore. But that's not what it was. It was him. And I only found that out when he went and got deployed. And like, I just noticed how clean my house was. I noticed how clean it was. I noticed that there wasn't so much trash going in and out of the freaking house. Like, I didn't have to take out the garbage every so often because I wasn't using that much garbage. And then right when he came, it's like 2 days after he came, like the house was just filthy again. I'm like, so it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So like bringing it up, I would always tell him, like, anytime like he stunk or anything like that, I'm like, hey, go ahead, go shower. Go shower. He'd be like, why? I'm like, I could smell you from where I'm at. Like, I got to that point where I just didn't care. To go ahead and tell him, go shower. Or like, if I wanted to be nice that day, I'd be like, hey, can you go ahead? You want to go shower? I'm like, you want to go and shower?
No,
it's simple. It's simple. Like, you shouldn't have to ask a grown man to go ahead and shower.
Yeah, exactly.
You shouldn't have to tell a grown man to go ahead and pick up after himself.
That's not a man. That's a little.
That's why when I said I don't want to go ahead and take care of another child, he would be the other child. I already have 2 of my own. I don't need another one.
Yeah. So, Karla, anybody want to add to that?
For the hygiene?
Yeah, for the hygiene,
Yeah.
anything you want to add to Leah?
Well, like my ex-boyfriend, he was very straightforward. I mean, he was very clean and I was clean, so we wouldn't really have any problem with doing that. So I don't know. He was just kind of like, he would scream at me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotcha.
like, why didn't I clean or something like that? He would be kind of like aggressive a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know. He was very like, how do you say it? Like, let me look for the word. I don't know how to say this. Look, let me show you.
Machista?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that type of man, and like everything was like had to be clean and stuff. So
okay. Now, to respond to Leah, this is one thing, Leah, I would say, and I say this to all women that are watching this right now, you know, because sometimes I do hear a lot of women say that they find it hard to change their man, right? And I would tell women, you can't change a man, right? You know, and I always tell women is a man will always change for the woman he really, really wants. And if he's not doing for you, best believe he will do it for another woman. Best believe he would do it. If he met the woman of his dreams, he would best believe do everything that he's not doing with you with that woman, right? So if he's doing it, if you can't change him, then I just want to give the hard truth and reality to all those related life. You're not the one for him, because best believe if he was the one, if you were the woman he really, really wanted, he would change. Every man would change for the woman he really, really wants. If he's not doing it with you, he's gonna do it for another girl, right? So if he's not showing that to you, you gotta leave. You gotta leave and move on. And also, I would say to Leah, also, it goes to both men and women. If he can't do the small things right, do you think he's gonna how can he do the big things right? Right? If he can't even take a shower, right? How are you gonna expect him to rely on him to handle his responsibility as a father, handle his responsibility to take care of the family? He can't even take a shower. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I always tell people, like, look at the small things of both. If you are dating somebody, look at the very small things. If they can do the small things, then that gives you confidence that they'll be able to do the big things. But they can't even handle the small responsibilities as wiping your ass. Right? Then how you expect him to fulfill all the big responsibilities that comes from being a dad, comes from being a relationship, it comes from being a man, right? To be a great example for your kids. So if you can't do the small things, that just shows you where he's at in his life, his type of mentality, what type of man he is. And you should always look at the small things. Don't focus on like the big things. The small things will lead up to the big things. But that's my take on that. Yeah, if he's not doing for you, best believe he's gonna do it for somebody else. And if he's not moving for you, you gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it moving. So for whoever that guy is,